Hey everyone, Lona Gamer Alex here. I'm gonna be attempting a playthrough of Sanctum solo mode, and I will be playing the dancer. She doesn't have a name; they just call her the dancer. I don't get that. Why can't they just assign a name for the character? I guess because they want maybe the player to assign a name for her. Um, The story for her is she is the King Urik's eldest sister. 10 years ago, she escaped his assassins and found refuge among the battle dancers. Now fully trained, she returns to claim the throne. Um, but yeah, this game is like inspired by Diablo. You can even tell by the by the demon lord here. His name is Malgazar. It says in ancient times, the legends say, the land was seized by the demon lord Malgazar. His infernal minions swarmed the earth and laid waste to all that humankind had built. But from the ruins arose great heroes. They battled through the demonic forces, hordes, and fought their way to Malgazar himself. Through courage, luck, and raw magical power, they defeated the demon lord and sealed him inside the jade sarcophagus. Atop his deathless tomb, the land's new rulers built a city, a monument to their victory. They wished their city to forever be a safe haven, so they named it Sanctum instead of Sanctuary. So you get the gist of it. It's a Diablo-ish inspired game. You have four different heroes to pick from, and I'm gonna play the dancer because it just seems interesting. A dancer. I guess she's more like a not yeah, she's more like a rogue, I guess, but the way they presented her as like a dancer, I thought that was interesting. They recommend that you pick your hero at random, but you know, I'm just gonna play as the dancer. Okay, so what I'll probably do here is I'm gonna separate this into like three sessions. I'm gonna complete the first part of the map, and then on the second in the second session we'll do the second map, and then the third session we're going to do the final battle, or the final battle with the demon lord. Now the solo variant of this game, you have to set up the board as if you're playing with three players, and that means that you remove the third map. So there are a total of 6 maps, but you're going to remove the third one. Um, so, and you can, when I set this up last night, you can actually have this go like horizontal like this. But I like it vertical. I don't have a table that's big enough to show. But you can do it horizontal like this. But I think it looks nicer this way. And the maps, they did combine with each other here. The bottom of this actually combines with the top of this tile. So and last night I played like about half hour of the game, and I realized that my recording setup was messed up. So I reset everything. So now I have a little bit more experience. This is really the first time that I'm playing the game. So all right, but I went through the manual, and this game's manual is actually pretty well written. I went through the manual, and then I went through the solo variant, the official solo variant rule book, and I have a pretty good understanding of how to play the game. Since I am new to the game, expect mistakes to be made, and I'm going to refer a lot to the manual on this solo variant document here that I have downloaded. Okay, so yeah, the game is pretty interesting though. What I played last night, so I like it. A lot of battles though. You pretty much is like fighting and building. You're building up your character for the final confrontation. Is really what this game is all about. Um, Well, let me read the setup, since this is the first time that I'm playing the game. When the horrors had faded to legends and the jade sarcophagus had been forgotten, the throne of Sanctum fell to a king both weak and foolish, and that's the dancer's brother, I guess. I guess that's King Uric. So it's funny how he's named, but she's not. Though ruler of a bountiful land, the king saw visions of even greater power, power that lay buried somewhere beneath his city, and so began the frenzied digging, buildings torn down and streets dug up in search of a madman's hallucination. But the vision proved true. The king did find the power. He found it sealed underground, and he broke the seal with his own hands. The jade sarcophagus has been opened. Who will come to the aid of Sanctum? Now, and it's cool that in the manual they have like flavor text like scattered throughout. And then it's funny how there's this stranger that you met along the way, and he's pretty much, what's his name? Tyrael. You can even see the design. Let me just show you here. It's basically Tyrael. Right. It's at the bottom here. Yeah, the angel. And the way that he's holding the sword, it's funny. It's like it's a little shameless, but you know. But anyway. Let's begin. I have my little cheat sheet here. I'll put the manual down here. I pretty much have like a basic understanding how this works. The first move, and this is our little miniature here for the dancer. It's pretty cool. Will I be painting my miniatures? I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. I already have too many things going on, but anyway. So the first move is always going to be a move, the first turn. And I think the reason why they want you to move the third map is because you're pretty much fighting along the way. So you're going to have a lot of opportunity to really build up your character as a solo player. Because when you play with other players, you actually, whenever you move past them. So if you're playing with 3 other players, you actually move 4 steps ahead. And the game moves a lot faster. And whenever you kill an enemy in the solo mode, you don't get both a level up and an item like you would in the regular mode, multiplayer regular mode. And I think that's pretty fair, because like I said, you have the opportunity to really build up your character because you have a lot of encounters. But yeah. So, and when you move into this space, it will indicate what kind of demon the cards that you're going to summon. In this case, it says 5 times. I set up a new notification on my phone. That scared me. I customize my phone notifications to tell me of different things. So different things have different sounds, and so that sound is new to me. So that of course scared me. All right. Because I never heard it before. After a while you get used to all your notification beeps and boops, but that one's new. Okay. So I'm going to summon 5 pairs because it says summon pairs. So you're going to summon 5 pairs of demons. And every time you move, you're going to summon more demons based on the icons in each space. And then you get to pick one to engage with, or one that you aggro. It's funny how you can choose the demons that you get to aggro them, because I think more realistically that it should have been randomized, you know. I think that would have been much cooler, like you maybe roll a die and then if you get 1 to 5, you know, it goes like this or whatever, you know, and then 1 and 6, it's a top one, something like that, because you know, when something gets aggroed, because you'll see that as you move around the map, you don't have to engage the enemies immediately. They're just gonna stay with you. So they're gonna, you know, you aggro them forever until you actually engage them. Okay, so we summon 5 pairs of demons, level 1 demons, or whatever this is called, minions or whatever, minion, rare, and epic demons. So now we get to choose which ones we want to aggro. Now the last night when I was playing this, I chose to eliminate the blue pairs because I wanted to get these 2 focus tokens immediately, as quickly as possible, because that will increase my total tokens that I have on the character. And you use the tokens, the focus tokens on abilities, and you use the stamina tokens for blocking. So I'm going to choose 5 and 6 and 4 and 3. I'm going to choose these 2. Let's choose these 2 down here. So they're going to remain aggro to me in my turn is over. Reveal demon, take demons. Okay. And then now I can choose whether to engage with these enemies or keep moving. If I don't fight them now, I risk losing some of my life points because I won't be able to eliminate them, you know, because then I have more than just 2 demons to deal with. But you can do that. They say in the manual that the more demons you have, of course, you know, when you roll your dice, the opportunity to be able to hit them, because you have to match the value with the value that's shown on the card. You can see, like, to kill off this skeletal archer, you need to roll a 4. And at the beginning, you only have 2 dice. So, but the more demons you have, of course, when you roll, the more opportunities you have to actually match that against somebody, you know. But because I'm in a hurry to get the focus tokens here, I'm gonna go ahead and engage with them. Okay, so I'm gonna roll, and we have a 6 and a 1. Okay, that's horrible. Okay. We have abilities here that can alter the rolls, the values. So I can do a ±2 here, and then I can use my rage. There's also this interesting mechanics here with your rage token, where whenever this is available, you can change any value to whatever you want. But then for this to refresh, you have to fight an enemy, and at the end of that encounter, if you still have an unassigned die, and this is inactive, then you become enraged, and then you can use it on the next battle. So you have to use that strategically. But I really want to be able to get the focus tokens immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this ability here to alter this from 6 to 4, because I'm going to do a -2. So this ability, it gives you a +-2. So this is going to be a -2. They recommend that if it's not the same value and it's altered value, you don't put it on top. You just put it on the side or on the top, so that you know that this is an altered value die. And then with this one, I'm just going to use my my rage, to alter this into a 3. So that means that I've defeated both of them. Okay? I don't need to block. Now I have to decide whether I want to level up or if I want to get an item. Each of these enemies actually they have an item. If you flip the cards, you'll see when I've decided to do that behind them. And you can tell what they're carrying though. Like this guy, you can see that he's carrying a weapon. So, and you have to make a decision. They say that you can choose to cheat and then look what's behind them before you make a decision, but it's more thematic. They say to just choose what you want to do before you reveal what loot you get. And I like that idea. But we're going to level up. And to level up, you look at the top right hand corner of the card. You can see where it says 1 blue gem there. Top right hand corner. Yeah, one blue gem. Stay here, 1 blue gem. Okay. So that means that I can move these 2 blue gems up here and unlock access to this. So now I get the additional 2 tokens, focus tokens. And I'm going to move this over here. They recommend you to keep, whenever you unlock a tile, to keep it close by. So that way, yeah, you can't really put it anywhere. Oh, you just flip it like this. Okay, yeah. You just flip it like this so that you know. If you're not sure, if it's suddenly you feel like maybe you have too many blue tokens, not enough blue tokens, then you can kind of count what you're supposed to have. In this case, there are 2 blue flames here, and this character has a default of 3, then you know that your total should be a 5. Okay, so that's done. So these 2 are defeated. I'll put it in the discard pile here. Okay, so now I can choose to move or I can choose to rest. It's too early to rest. I don't even have any items to equip. Yeah, whenever you get an item, you have to rest before you can equip the item. And you have to have the gems. There's a gem requirement to equip items. So I'm going to go ahead and move. And when I move to this space, it asks me to summon another pair of demons, lesser demons. So I'm going to get these 2. And whenever you select a demon from the 5 options that you have, when you choose the pair, you can't only choose one, and you can't mix and match them. You're stuck with the pairs. So I'm going to go ahead this time. I really want this red too. Martial arts is actually a really good ability because instead of just that plus -1, now you also have a -1 access. But let me think about it. Cloak armor is also pretty good. With cloak armor, you can the focus that you use on that space can be used somewhere else also. So it can be used twice whenever you use it on this space. So I like that. But let me see here. Let's think about this. We have blue icons. Blue gems. So maybe what we should do is get an item, right? So let's get these 2 again. The 2 pair of blues here. And you shuffle the cards. So this is all randomized. And then when we look at these 2 enemies, one has a body armor. The other one has an accessory. So since she already has like an ability with her default body armor, and in this case, she can block 2 damage using 2 stamina. Maybe we should aim for actually getting the accessory. So maybe we'll level up using him, and then we'll get the accessory using this guy. So next turn I'm going to battle. See here. So I got a 4 and a 1. And then the reason why it's also good to rush equipping an item is when you equip your first item, you get, you already have 1 white gem here. The white gem can be used on any slot requirement for gems, and that's already yours. But once you equip your first item, you also get a third. You get a third die, so which of course increases your ability to defeat demons. So it's important to try and get, I think, an equipment as quickly as possible. So let's see here. So I have a 4 and a 1. I don't have any more rage. Let's see what we can do to alter the values. So, and you can only get your resources back when you rest, by the way, or unless you decide to use a potion at the beginning of the fight sequence. And at the beginning of the game, for a solo player, you get 1 potion, and you flip that. You flip this actually. One side is blue, and the other side is red, and I was able to get a health stamina potion. Okay, so I can alter one of them, and I can get rage on the next turn. So let's just do that. And we can even block that damage if we want to. Oh, here's the other thing: when you're playing solo, whenever you rest, you are building up some kind of punishment for the later rounds, where you have to use these Inferno cards. You have to start stacking them depending on the amount of armor that you ability. I believe, was it ability or the amount of? I think it's the amount of abilities that you have on your character. So once you've started unlocking abilities and you rest, you get punished. And since we don't have any abilities yet, I think we should rest the next round. So let me just look at this real quick here. It's in the solo variant manual. Let's see. Yeah, it says, when resting, including a brief respite, count the number of skills you have gained so far and draw that many challenge cards. Or if you have 0, you still have to draw 1 card. Okay, so maybe it's not necessarily a good idea to do it. Okay, I'm glad I checked. Okay, so he's done for, right? We're going to use this to alter this to a 5. So we use another focus token for +1. And then with this one, nothing we can do about it. Now, since there's 1 enemy left at the end of the battle and 1 unassigned die, it means that this is going to get flipped at the end of the sequence. But he's going to attack. Now I get to choose whether I want to block or not. You know what? We'll just block, because we're going to rest and maybe in a couple of turns anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and block. Oh, no, don't use that, because that's 2 blocks. Let's pretend that, that didn't happen. We're going to use the head ability here. 1 for 1 block. 1 stamina for 1 block. So we don't get damaged by that archer. So now that everything's done, we do have 1 unassigned die. This becomes activated. And we're going to go ahead and use that to level up, because what I really want is this accessory here. So we can choose, we have to move a blue token up, because that's a blue enemy. So let's move this up here. Because 1 more blue enemy when we level up, and we'll get Shadow Dance. Alright. So next turn, I'm not going to rest yet. I do have a potion even, so, well, we still have 1. We still have 1 token. But that's not going to help us with anything. Maybe we should use the potion. I mean, that only helps with 1 stamina anyway, so we'll do that in the next one. But I'm going to move. Here, and we have to summon another pair. A lot of greens. Okay. These, they look like, they don't look like demon-ish. They look more like a xenomorph ish, you know. I wish they would have a flavor text though for these cards. Oops, you can't choose. No, let me see. I haven't chosen yet. I have to choose. Let's see. What do I want? I really want blue, but there are no more blue demons. So maybe we should start moving some of the a red token up too, so we can get martial arts up there. So I'm gonna select this pair over here. All right. Now I already have 3 enemies, so I should probably chill and fight them here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fight them. I'm going to use my potion to get this back. So in case I can't kill, if there are 2 remain, no, I should be able to kill, you know what, no. I should be able to kill them. Because I have a rage. So, and but we're running out of abilities to alter the die. Yeah, I should use it. Yeah, that's fine. Use the potion and get this back. I'm gonna roll. I get a 2 and a 1. Very nice. So I get to kill this red guy with a 1 here. And then I'm going to use the rage to get rid of the blue guy here. That way I can get my accessory. So let me go ahead and do that. This is going to change to a 6. This gets flipped over, so it's no longer active. You don't have that available anymore. And now it's the attack sequence. I mean the enemy's attacking us. So I'm going to use the head ability again for 1 block, and I'm able to mitigate the damage. So let me with this guy we can even choose. Now we get to choose, but I'm gonna we do have a white token. So here's the dilemma. Do I want to get this amulet, or do I want to get this amulet? Now, since I'm new to the game, I'm not familiar with whether or not, if it's like a red item, it's going to require you to have more stamina to use the ability. So I'm going to keep it safe, and I'm going to just get the item from this guy. And we're going to move a red token up. So I'm going to move this one up, so the next one will get martial arts. So, and then get this back. We're going to flip this over. You'll see that there's an item behind it. So, skeleton, you flip it, see? You get this item from this enemy, and this is the Silver Forge ring, which is very nice because you get, with this ring, you get a focus token. That red flame means that you get a focus token, so it increases your mana pool or your focus pool, so which is nice. But I can't equip this immediately. Remember that I have to go into a resting state before I can equip it. And I have to have the appropriate number of gems. Okay, so that's done. So before we continue, I'm going to decide to rest. Okay? Now I get all my mana pool, my resources back. And I'm going to equip the Silver Forge ring. And I'm going to use one of the blue tokens because it's required. And I get an additional mana focus with this item. So And you actually put it in the pool up there. And again, if you get kind of lost later, you can count all of the flames that you have revealed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have a total of 6 tokens, focus tokens. Okay, so that's done. So I have a lot of resources here now, focus-wise. Next turn. Let me just make sure. Oh, and then I get to check achievements too when when we're resting. This game has like this interesting achievement system. Like if you are able to get a certain number of abilities, items, levels, something, you check the achievement board here for blessings. And you don't even know what kind of blessings you get. It's randomized every game. And you don't get to use the blessings until you're fighting Malgazar. Is it Malgazar? Is that what his name is? Malgazar. Not Malzahar, it's Malgazar. Okay. So let me see if I am able to get any of these achievement or blessings. There's a page about the blessings here. Let me just... Okay. So one is skill mastery. If you have either first player to have 3, 5, or 7 skills, and we don't have that. Gem mastery, if you have 2 pairs of 2 different colors. I don't have that, and not including white too. So if once I get this red, then I will be able to get that blessing. Equip mastery, 4, 7, or 10 levels, accumulated levels of your items. And we only have 1 item, and you calculate the you actually add the number of gems needed for each item, and that becomes the total level of for your items. And then higher level mastery is achievement you get if you're the first player to achieve level 2 or 3 in mastery in skills, gems, or equipping. Skill, gems. Oh, if you're needing 2 gems or 3 gems. Okay. So we don't have any of those, so we don't get to select any of those blessings up there. Okay, so next turn is going to be moving up here. Now we're summoning another pair. Oh, and before I forget, now I get access to a 3rd die. So, okay. Now I have to pick a group of demon, and sometimes you summon only one, and that's considered as one group, But we don't. Well, we want this one because it has a red. Let me select this one. Okay. Next turn we're gonna fight, because it might be too much if we have 5 demons to fight, or 4 actually if I select the rare demon to include in my aggro pool. So let's not do that. Let's just try and if we can beat these 3. And we have resources now, so we should be able to, hopefully. Make sure I'm not, yeah. And by the way, you can buy potions by selling your equipment. So if you have extra equipment, you put it over here, all your equipment, and you can sell them for potions. So during your resting period. Okay. So I get a 3, a 5, and a 4. Yeah, we're able to defeat all 3 of them. So the 4 is going to go over here. The 3 is going to go over here. And we're going to use her focus, one of the focus here, to alter this into a +1. So now we have to decide whether we want to level up or we want to get items. This guy has a 2 weapons, so maybe what I'm going to do is have, okay, the red one, we have to use that so I can unlock this ability. So I'm going to level up using this red demon. So I get to move one red gem up. So I'm going to move this up here, unlocking this ability. And this ability is called Martial Arts. And it replaces your left weapon slot. And you'll see that it fits right in there. Not the easiest card to grab here. Okay. So you can see that it fits right in with her graphics. So now instead of just a plus and -1, she also gets a -1 that she can use to alter the die value. Okay. And we have plenty of gems up here too. Oh, and now next time we rest, we have a pair of 2 reds and 2 blues, and we should be able to get that blessing over there. Okay. And then for these two, one of them I think we're gonna check what we're gonna get the item for, and the other one we're gonna move a green. And you don't have to move just the gems that are at the top layer. The gems at the bottom layer here, they do have to travel 3 times for you to get it into your pool of gems. But remember that you only have to move them away from the space that they're occupying to get the abilities underneath. So, but I'm gonna use one of the monsters for moving the gem up, and you can always move a white gem with any color monsters. So now I have to decide whether I want this weapon or this weapon. So I think I'm gonna use this guy for that level up, and then just a hunch, because this guy's on the right hand side. So we're going to unlock this weapon. Let's see what it is. And it is it's a bandit's crossbow. But you get to do a -3 there on a die roll, and also changing a die to a 4 or a 5 value. It's pretty good. So yeah, it's definitely better than what she has here. So anyway. Okay, so that's done. We don't want to rest, even though it's tempting. Oh, and then since we rested earlier, right, I do have to start building up that surprise deck for later. Well, we don't have, we have an ability now. So it's still a 1 though, because 0 and 1 gained so far, count number of skills you have gained so far, and draw that many challenge cards. Yeah, so it's still going to be a 1, but this is really good though. It's a really good weapon. I think it's worth it to be able to change the value to those very specific values, you know. So you know what? I'm going to rest. I'm not going to regret it, but I'm going to rest. So we're going to build up the pile there. I have 1 skill, so another 1 goes there. Get the resources back, which in this case only 1, but I also get to, I get to equip this with 1 green gem. So my total level of items now just 2, but I also get to claim this achievement because now I have two blues and two reds. So I think the way that works is they don't want you to have two colors with two gems for two different colors for that particular achievement. Let me make sure. You need gems of two different colors, and white gems don't count. If you're the first to gain at least 2, 3, or 4 gems in each of two different colors, you get the Gem Mastery achievement. So we do get this one over here. We get to claim that one, and we'll place it over here. And this doesn't get into play. Doesn't get doesn't get used until you're fighting the demon, the Lord Malgazar. And then we reveal what kind of blessings we got. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna move to the next phase, and we have to summon a rare demon, whatever that's on top. So there's always, as you can see here, you always have 5 different options to choose from of the enemy that you want to aggro. And at first I thought that that's only something that the first player get to do at the beginning of the game, but it's actually every single turn. You get to choose from all of the available demons that you have here. If you choose this guy, though, you're only fighting one, but you can see that this guy requires two specific dice values for you to be able to kill it. But you know what? I'm going to select him because he's going to have better items. But we already have 2 weapons, two swords. So we're just going to use him to level up. And as you can see, top right hand corner, if you beat this guy, you actually get 2 green gems. You get to move up. So you get to level up twice. So, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and fight him. Okay. And I got a 5, 2, and 1. Very nice. And I need a 2 and a 4. So I'm going to use the 2 here. And for the 4, I'm going to use a minus 1. Or I can use one of these actually. It doesn't matter. I like the -1 better because those are very specific, you know. If I need those very specific, well, yeah, you know what? No. This is an interesting dilemma, huh? Because the -1 here, you can reduce any. If you have a 6, it becomes a 5. If you have a 3, it becomes a 2. So maybe I should select one that just that would transform that die into that value. So I'm going to use this one that turns it into a 4. Okay. And this demon is dead. Get this back. And we're going to level up twice. So actually, here's the cool thing. I can get the cloak armor because you move the green up 1. And then the other green, you can move the white. White, you can use any color to move it. So I'm going to move that. Now I get the cloak armor. And it says on the cloak armor, yeah, this is hard for you to grab these cards. A focus token on this ability can be used again. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And the cloak armor also goes on your character. Looks like it goes over here. And this is her specialized ability. Every character has like this signature specialized ability. There's like that diamond icon at the top there. So with her specialized, let me see what the actual term for it is. Signature ability or something like that. So yeah, signature skill that goes into the slot marked by a diamond. And with hers, attack focus on this ability can be used again to pay for a different blue space and not a purple. And the reason why they said that is because you can use blue or red on a purple requirement circle. Like this down here, it has 2 purple slots, and you can use red or blue on any of those to claim that ability. To claim that looks like a block. But the cool thing about this is now you can block and then move that focus somewhere else, and you get you can block, and then you can use that again to pay. But here, the funny thing about that is, because you don't attack, you don't block and then you get to attack. Block happens after you attack, so you can't do this like sequentially during the same turn. So you use this, and then on your next fight you can move that to somewhere else. So it's an okay signature ability, I guess. I can see it being beneficial, but it's not that powerful. So I'm curious to know now what those other characters' signature abilities are, because this one is kind of weak. But anyway. So yeah, we get that cloak armor unlocked. Now, when we unlock an ability, we get it immediately, right? Only equipments you have to rest before you get to equip them. Let me make sure, because ability, once you level up, you get it. I'll double check though, just to make sure. When you move your last gem off for skill, remove that skill from the skill table. It is now a skill you have. See, if it's a card, flip it over, and where it goes on the board. If it's a tile, take the tokens, flip it over, and keep it nearby. Yes. So, all right. Oh, and the heat is gone. So I don't want to rest yet, because I only use one. So I'm going to keep moving. Now I'm going to summon another one of these guys. And I'm going to select that guy again, so we can get a focus and a stamina if we beat him. So I'm going to summon him. I'm going to select him for my aggro pile here. And then next turn I'm going to fight him. And we get 6, 4, and 3. So 6 is able to fit right here. And then a 5. We need a 5. We have a very specific one here that we can use. It's to switch a die into a 5, and we're going to use this one. So, and you don't get to flip this unless there's still an enemy remaining at the end of your fight, and you have one active die. So this looks like that's going to remain inactive for a while. Okay, so we're going to level up using him, and that's 2 green gems up. So I can either move a white gem or a green gem, 2 green gems. So I'm going to choose to move 2 green gems up. So now I get another stamina and another focus token. And then we'll just leave that there. Okay. And this still has to travel up before you gain access to the gems. Okay. Now that that's done, we're going to keep going up. We're not going to rest yet, because there's no reason to. We have plenty of focus tokens. So I'm going to move up. We're going to summon another one of these rare demons. We keep getting all these green ones, and I shuffle these actually pretty well. We're going to select it again. Why not? Because we're pretty close to getting faint. So, yes. So we're going to fight him. And we got 6, 2, and a 3. Look at that. We got 2 and then the 6. Oh, this is where we run into trouble. We have a 6. Oh, we have a -2? No, we don't. Oh, we do. I can use 2 focus tokens. a -1. So this is a plus -1, so I'm going to use a -1 there, and then this is a -1. So now this becomes a 1. So we defeated him. We're going to use level up instead of an item, because we already have a pretty good ring there. Even though this whatever accessory that this guy actually was carrying is better than this, but you know what? I want to move these up. So so I'm gonna move 1 and a 2. Okay. Very nice. Now, before I go to the last part, I think we should rest because we need to get these back, huh? We need to get those abilities back, those value altering abilities back. So I'm going to rest, and since now I have 2 skills, now we're going to grab 2 2 of these, what were they called? Feisty flame, what are they called? Fury cards. Yeah, Fury cards. So I get everything back. And let's check achievements. Oh, it's over here. We don't even have to look at the manual. First player to get 3, 5, or 7 skills. Do I have now? I only have 2 skills so far. 2, 3, or 4 gems in each of the 2 different colors. So I still don't have that yet. Equip mastery. First to have 7, 4, or 10 levels of items equipped. I only have 2 levels. First player to achieve a level 2, level 3 mastery in skills and gems. I do have in skills and gems. Or equipping. Hold on, let me see what that means. Yeah, that one is a little confusing. The first player to achieve a level 2 or level 3 mastery in skills the achievement you get if you're the first player to achieve a level 2 or 3 mastery in skills. Gems. Oh, if something requires 3 gems, level 3 equipment. But isn't that all the same? Mastery in skills. Okay, skills I can understand, but these are not considered skills, right? This is just... Yeah, this is just... I guess these are considered gems. Okay. Alright. So I did get that unlocked because I already got those. So I get the, that's level 2. So where's that? Yeah. And then once I unlock this, and I get the other one. Okay. That's an easy one to unlock. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the last space and we get to summon another one. It's the same green freaking demon. So I'm gonna go ahead and fight him. I got 2 4s and a 5. Get 5 here. And then with the and then yeah, I'm gonna use 1 focus to switch Oh, no, no. I need to get a 1. So how do we get to a 1? Oh, yeah, -3. So that's a 1. So we destroy this guy. He has a body armor. Now, do I want this armor? Knowing that the next turn we get a treasure chest? Or do I want to get faint? I think we're going to get faint. So I'm going to move this up. It's 2 green, so I'm going to move 2 white gems up. Now I get faint. And faint comes with its own silver die. Before roll, you must roll this die. Attack. You can modify this die. If you do, it becomes one of your dice for the fight. What? What does that mean? You must roll before roll. Oh, you... Okay. And then you can modify it. If you do, it becomes one of your dice for the fight. Okay. Faint goes up here. So you decide on the value of it before the roll. Before you roll, you must roll this dice before the roll. So this actually before you roll the remainder of your dice. Before roll, you roll this die. Okay. Attack. You can modify this die. If you do, it becomes one of your dice for the fight. Okay, it seems kind of weird, but I think I know how that works. You just roll it, and then during the attack, you can change it to anything? Isn't that a little too OP? Let me see if I can find information about this. How faint works. Somebody said, does anyone actually fully understand how faints mechanically work? Oh no, this is for a different game. Okay, here it is. Faint question. You roll the silver die, then if you pay to modify it using your abilities, you can use it to fight. If you pay to modify it, there's no payment needed for this though. Oh, you can modify this die. If you do, it becomes one of your dice. Oh, you can modify it using your abilities. Okay, alright. Or do you get to freely modify? Can't remember exact wording, but I roll first, then use it if I can modify the value somehow. But does it matter how it's modified? I understand it as modifying it as using and paying for an ability. You have to legally modify the die in some way, generally by paying for stamina. Okay, so it can only be used when it is modified. Okay. I understand it now. Yeah, that's why it's so confusing. So you get to roll this prior, and then you have to modify it for it to become usable. I think that's probably how they should have written it. Doesn't that make more sense? This die needs to be modified to become usable in your fight. Isn't that much clearer? But anyway, now we understand how it works. Okay, we'll leave this here. Okay, so now it's all done. This board, this map is all done. And that took us, what, about half hour? So it's about an hour, but I talked a lot. So this whole game probably is going to take, what, a couple of hours to finish? 3 hours maybe total? But we're going to end here. But before we do that, let's check out. So once you've reached the end, you see the treasure chest icon there. You get to flip the remainder of the demons. That's available on the board. And you get to pick one item that you like to put in your stash. Okay, so let's check out all of our options here. Since she has abilities on both of these, so I can't get any more weapons here. I can change this weapon, but the bandit's crossbow is actually pretty good. I'm gonna keep that. Now the silver ring, user one, no, that gives you a red, that's gonna give you stamina. I like where it's at now, unless we get one with increased value. We can get a boot. It is an upgrade, but you do have to use stamina versus you have instead of two different tokens, it's just one different token with stam only. I think I might have to choose one of these tunics because it's basically what she has right now, plus a because what she has right now is what's on the left hand side of this card, which is you use two. You see the connected red circles. You have to use 2 stamina to get 2 points of block. But now you have the ranger's tunic. You also can use either a red or a blue to get 1 point of block. So I think I like this. So I'm gonna get one of these. So it doesn't even matter, they both do the same thing. A woodsman armor, ranger's tunic. We'll give her the woodsman armor. I kind of wish that they would have different like drawings on these, you know, like make them really, really unique. Oh no, I don't get to put them immediately. Even at the end of the map, you have to put it in your stash. And then we are going to clear this board. So let me just set up the board for the next session. And then we're going to end the session there. And I'll continue playing, hopefully, if not today, tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to move this. So now this one goes over here. Now we're going to skip number 3. The next one is going to be number 4. Okay, so the next map is going to be this one here. Yeah, they don't want you to do every single map at them because you get too powerful. Your character's going to get too powerful by the end. So I'm going to put my character here because then I have to move here and start the whole thing again. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This game is really fun. Only thing I don't like is how some of these equipments, they look the same. I think they should have, if the name's different, they need to have like a different look to it, you know. But yeah, the game is pretty fun. I like it. A lot of fighting, a lot of character customization, you know, getting items. So, you know, it's good. It's very different for a board game. I'm kind of new to the whole board game thing. I just started a couple of years ago, you know. What was my first board game? It was a Legendary Marvel. And then I got into Eldritch Horror. I like Eldritch Horror is my favorite. So, and then I started getting some other ones, you know, but I haven't spent too much time on them. So I want to change that. I'm going to do my best to play them more, you know, on top of the all the video games that I have. So, but thank you so much for watching. Until next time.